Blackfoot, Warrant, Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Southern rock, country.
Yeah.
Hair band. What up?
He did it, ladies and gentlemen. He did it. He's made it.
That's great.
He's made it. We're just going to keep going. Keep going here. Brent, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's great to be here. We are very excited. It's been a few weeks, but we're back. We're back, baby. And, we are tired than ever, you know?
That was like the greatest night of my life.
Hey, that's a big thing here, right? Thursday night isn't just about Record Club. It's about making us, really,
that's right, making
everybody else that watches this show feel special. And, I hope everybody feels special tonight. Hope everybody's ready, buckled in, ready to go.
Hey, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I
know. It's okay if you're uncomfortable. Life's about being uncomfortable. It was all right. I just played tennis with a bunch of like 75, 80-year-olds the other week because I've never been more uncomfortable in my life. So, yeah.
What did I just walk into here?
Hey, man. Just saying, I was in Florida last week playing tennis with.
Who are these people? With some people that you met?
Well, yeah, I mean, they just we met at a club, and then they told me that they all like to play tennis. So the next day, we all woke up, went and played some tennis. So I'm kidding. They're I was at my in-laws.
I was gonna say, like, what club were you meeting at?
It's called the Ocean Club.
Did you meet these individuals in?
Yeah, it was. Trust me, it was like 4:30 in the afternoon, and we were all getting ready to pack up and go home for dinner. So that's when I met them. But
wow,
it doesn't matter. This is going nowhere. But I was away in Florida, Brent, for a week, which is
How was it? Good.
It's very very timely. Oh, not bad. Yeah, it was better than being here in Canada, where we had just been hit with a good snowfall. So it was nice to get down there where the sun doth shine, and spend some time away. Yeah.
Good, very good.
Yeah. I actually did play tennis. Like I'm not fooling. Like I played tennis when we were there.
Are you a tennis player?
I've only played tennis really when I've been in Florida, which has been the last 4 years. So I think I played 4 times, and I might be a tennis player, Brent. I might be a tennis player. Hey, that's what they told me.
Oh,
okay. So it's fun. Have you played tennis?
I play all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah. I've been playing since I was like 14.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is news to me, and it's best be news to you. Wow. Man, we got to hit the court.
Sure.
No, I'm not doing that. Give me 5 more years to get up to your level. Okay. Yeah. All right. What do? You got top spin. You got back spin. You got a big old serve. Spin. Do you jump for your serve?
No.
Oh,
no.
Well, you don't need to. You're a pretty tall guy. So that makes sense. That's great.
Yeah, I love tennis. 14. I've been playing, feels like all my life.
14 till now sounds like all your life. Yeah, I would. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Cool. We won't say how long that is, but yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
It's long enough.
Wow. And it's funny because it's like, thank goodness that they didn't play golf with me, because that would have been a completely different story. I know you play golf, but I can't play golf. I can't hit those things, man.
Do you like golf though?
I want to like golf. Well, I can't like golf because I suck at it. Like, but I also don't practice.
Yeah. Get out to the range, figure it out. It's a great game. It's just, it's so, it's not just the game of golf. I mean, it's being outside with your buddies and having a couple drinks. Golf is fantastic. I love it.
Do you John Daly it? Do you have like a stogie hanging out of your mouth?
No. Guys do. I don't.
No. You just wear crazy
beers
pants
on the course. What's that?
Yeah. You just wear crazy pants like John Daly.
That's right.
Is that what you were going to? Is that what you're going to say? Yeah. I can never see down there.
Don't you wonder what's going on down there? No, you bring a couple beers on the course.
Nice.
It's mostly just good to get outside for a couple hours and hang out with your buddies.
It's great. Yeah. I want to do that. I can't hit anything. I'm the guy that holds everybody up, so no, I do. I'm the guy, but it's okay. Hey, it's okay. I don't get out to practice. If I went out and I practiced, I used to go hit the driving range quite a bit, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And by quite a bit, I mean like twice every 3 years. But I try way more than I've tried lately. So but it's great. That's what the great part of Florida. You golf or you play tennis or you go swimming. I did a sauna. I did a steam,
Where did you stay?
So my in-laws are just outside of about an hour outside of Naples. So on the west side-ish of Florida. So we'll say easy. That was east, but that's fine. No, I know you don't know. Well, this is a W. There you go. Yeah, nice. West side, east side, McDonald's.
You do this and then you do that.
I don't know. I've only used one hand. I don't think my fingers on my right hand can actually do that. Like that's actually impressive. I can't even. Really? I can do those. See. Wow. Oh, there you go. That's actually tough. I can't. Anyways, before anything, West Side, and they got a little retirement community they live in. It's great little place, great people, and there's some what do you call it? Gators walking around.
Really?
Around? Oh yeah, they're just out there crossing roads, sunning themselves by the pond. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to be careful.
I was gonna say,
be careful. Yeah.
Is that not dangerous? They're quick.
Yeah.
You ever see those videos where the people underestimate their speed and
they're fast.
Yeah, they are.
And of course we see them and we're like, kids, do you want to come see the alligators? And then we're the parents that are there, like with the kids holding them, like, look, there he is. Don't get too close. But it doesn't matter. We're going to come get you anyways. So anyhow, it was good. I thought it was fitting. I thought it was fitting that I was in Florida.
What's your segue going to be? Keep thinking about it.
I don't know, man. I was waiting. I was waiting, but I know something's going to strike.
I could see it. See, you're talking about tennis. You're talking about golf. I kind of thought you were going to go into the bowling thing.
No. Oh, you missed it. I said it. I just segued. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've been waiting. I know something's going to strike. I missed the S. Let's just wait until something strikes.
Weak.
Damn it. You know what? That's okay. I'm happy to hear that because that means I've set your expectations pretty high. Yeah. So that means if this one was weak, it means that like you've been impressed, which
makes
me feel good.
I would say so. I would say so.
Yeah. Good. Nice, man. So anyways, there we go. I've stricken. So I shall let you strike next. So
I'm very, 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 very interested to hear what you have to say about this record.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this record. Okay. Where do we start? Who shall start? Who's going to kick us off?
I'll start if you want.
Okay. All right.
This for me again is an interesting record because it's almost a southern it's a hard rock record dressed as a southern rock record almost. You know, these guys were right in there with the Almonds, Skinner, band called Molly Hatchet, but they were by far the heaviest. So they were like almost a hard rock band, kind of lending themselves to that genre because they had Ricky Medlock actually played in Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was the drummer in Lynyrd Skynyrd, believe it or not.
Right.
Ricky,
yeah, like
Ricky
early
Medlock,
on, right?
If you remember
that. Yes, that is awesome. Yeah, but like before they recorded though, right? Or was he on the first album? Or was he was I thought he was before they even got in the studio.
It was in like 1971. And this record came out in 1979. So it was a long time ago. Now, he plays in Skynyrd now.
Interesting.
I think. He was playing in Skynyrd like 6 or 7 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think in 97, technically, they disbanded. Well, they stopped doing Blackfoot. And then
all kinds of guys played in this band. Like I think like 55 different people played in this band.
What?
Yeah, something like that.
Holy smokes.
I think so. Yeah.
That's crazy. Skynyrd, I would believe 55 plus people, but man, Blackfoot, interesting.
So these guys were always interesting to me because they were like the hard rock version, but they never really got a lot of attention until Strikes came out. This is their third record because they kind of got a little heavier and their manager came in. He was a guy from Detroit. What was his name? Al Nally, I think. And he managed a band called Brownsville Station. So if you've heard the song Smoking in the Boys Room, that's that band. Motley Crue covered that song.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So he came in and things changed. So they got a new record deal. They got heavy and they had a song called Train Train, which really kind of took off. And so they went on a bit of I think their next records, Marauder and Tomcat did well. Siogo came out after that, but this kind of got them there. This was their breakthrough record.
Okay.
So I thought because of what we were doing, this would be a good one for me to put in.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not many people know about it.
No, it was interesting to hear. It was, oh man, can I just get out of my isms? Yeah, it was, I got so many isms that I just can't shake. It was cool. I'm almost thinking, and I'm not saying that you did anything wrong here, but I was almost thinking like if I heard Blackfoot first and then I heard Skynyrd or and I kind of went up, I kind of feel like I went down. And again, that's not you. I'm just saying like just the way that I took in the album. Yeah,
I was thinking the exact same thing. And this was a circumstantial thing. I should have given more thought to it, but I didn't. Remember we did that huge run of like 20 records where we started with Synchronicity and went all the way through. I tried not to do that. And I was just kind of picking records out of the air. But it so happened that when we were on Humble Pie, I was thinking back to the Southern rock thing. And I thought, Blackfoot is a good record. And again, it's a hard rock record. That's a Southern rock record. So I thought, I kind of want to include it. But now where do I put it?
No, Brent, you did nothing wrong. Okay. You did nothing wrong. This was okay. This was all good. No, when I was listening to it, I was kind of like, I wonder what it would have been like if I had started here. But either way, it's a 79 album. And when you put that in the context of like, if you listen to this and then you actually go back to 72 for Skynyrd and it's actually kind of interesting because I felt like this album was okay. I felt like all of it was it was okay. You definitely feel the Skynyrd. But it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Cult's Electric. Like it almost feels manufactured almost in a way, the way that the music that they made and put together. So yeah, I don't know. That was just my take. Again, I think it was just after having listened to so much of like the kind of the good stuff beforehand. Again, not that this isn't good stuff, but I just feel like that and then in comparison to this, this was them trying really hard to be those kinds of bands. And like maybe Ricky was like, I missed being part of Skynyrd. I need to try and be like Skynyrd in a way. And so I don't know. Yeah.
It was, this was kind of, the first two records didn't sound like this one. And it's kind of the other way around, I think, for them, because they said, we're not going to be sweet anymore. We're going to do what we want. And it's a rough edge record. And so they said, you know what, we're just going to rock out because that's what we want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
That's good.
I kind of hear it differently, but
yeah.
But that's why this is interesting, right? Because I never really, that didn't occur to me. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I hear this record in a very distinct way.
Yeah. Some of this, I think I have it written down here where I got some ideas or a thought on something kind of reminding me of a little bit of 38 Special a little bit at times as well, who I believe came after them. But either way, like when I think of 38 Special, I heard a little bit of that.
That's bang on. And I was saying at the end of the 70s, this was very popular music. So there were bands like 38 Special and Little River Band and all those songs like Hold On Loosely, right? By 30s, like in Teacher. Like those were, that was the pop of this kind of little subgenre. But all these bands, and again, you had these big kind of gang vocal melodies and choruses that were like sing along, invitations, and everybody loved it. But these guys were like a hard rock version of that for me.
Yeah, I was just thinking like Rainbow, I think as well, Since You've Been Gone was a big tune for me back like when I was younger. It's not, there's a little bit of that sounding, a little bit of feeling too. Since You've Been Gone.
That's really funny that you say that, because Ritchie Blackmore formed Rainbow after he left Deep Purple. Yeah. And he wanted to stay hard rock, but they brought in a guy named Joe Lynn Turner, I think sings. No, yeah, Graham Bonnet sings on that. But it's like that's super, super poppy. Street of Dreams came out after that too, with I think Joe Lynn Turner singing. And it didn't go the way that Blackmore wanted it to go, I don't believe.
See, but that's what I get from a lot of the songs in these albums. They're very poppy. They're very poppy rock. It's harder rock for some songs, but there are definitely songs on here that is like Run and Hide, Baby Blue, like these. Yeah, but
let's go through them.
So let's
get into go through them.
All right, of course. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got a few notes on each of these.
Okay, good. Fire.
Yeah. Road Fever. It's cool. It's good. It's a good kickoff. I say that every time. It's a good kickoff. Hey, there's another ism. It's a good kickoff. It's a good kickoff. Really set you up for the rest of the album, but it's good.
It is a good kickoff. I think it's the right number one. Now, the one problem I have with this record is the sequencing, because Train, and we'll get to it, should not be number 9. Like this is the one. Well, there's probably more examples, but this is a very specific example of track 9, not being the case at all, because Train's easily the best song in this record.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Totally.
It should be 2. And it should be in the second position.
And it's interesting how they get into Train, which is also like just seems
we'll get there.
Weird. Okay.
We'll get down there. I have some things to say about that too.
What they're saying keeps hitting me right square smack in the face. They say that my songs are no good, baby. I don't know. It's just singing about being on the road, singing about just being a musician, and that's kind of what I get from a lot of these songs as well. Some of it is just kind of very seemingly like I'm on a rock star, I'm on the road, I'm playing all the time, and I left my baby at home, but I've got to deal with it because I'm a rock star. So yeah.
Well, that's definitely the attitude they had, and the guitar player, whose name is Charlie Hargret, was kind of like a very gruff kind of biker type dude, right? But like, I'm going to tell you something that I got a text from Deke before we recorded today. Okay, and he's watching at some point, maybe not live, but he will see this. But he said, interesting choice of Blackfoot record, because he said, I thought you were going to pick Siogo. Have you heard of Siogo? Siogo came out after Marauder, I think, in the 80s. And it was they released, so Strikes came up, it was good, Tomcat and Marauder. Then they released Siogo, but it kind of fell flat.
Okay.
But this is kind of funny. So, but getting back to what I was saying about that like biker thing, and you alluded to like, we're on the road and we're tough and all that. So the record company said, why do you want to call the record Siogo? And they said it's a Native American word for togetherness or closeness. And a lot of the guys were indigenous or Native American. I think the whole American,
band, right? Almost. Yeah.
Except Hargrit.
Okay.
So the record company is like, okay, great. But it doesn't mean that. What it means is it's an acronym for a sign on their tour bus that said, can you guess?
Siogo. No, I don't want to take the time. I'll be sitting here for too long. Yeah. Okay. S.
Siogo. At the front of the tour bus. Acronym for suck it or get out.
Cool. So rock and roll, man. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, togetherness. I feel like I've talked about the Road Apples story, but the Road Apples is the tragedy. And
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, stories from the road that really meant horse shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great story. Yeah, that road fever's cool. That's cool. Keeps it going. The music keeps them going. Guess I'll have to hit the stage and play me a song or two. So, yeah, cool. And then into I Got a Line, which is a Spirit cover. I found out.
Mm-hmm.
I Got a Line on You. Yeah.
The intro sounds like Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. The drums, like it could be mistaken for Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. Good chorus though. See again that there's that
chorus,
that group vocal. That's like the sweet kind of like harmonizing and everything.
Yes, they did do that very well. They did do that very well. And this is Medlock singing, right? This is Ricky Medlock singing all these songs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good voice. I feel like I started to get a little tired of it by the end of it. It's only a 36-minute record, but by the end I was kind of like, oh, all right. Okay. Yeah. This is a great cover. The hand claps. There's a lot of hand claps for this one. Mm-hmm. But again, like you see so many, like I watch so many documentaries on making albums and things like that. And even, I think we talked offline about the greatest night in pop, right? Where everybody got together to do We Are the World, right? We Are the World.
Loved
it.
Yeah,
it was a great one. But you could just picture them in front of the microphone, just kind of clapping, and this is, it's all part of that. So that was, I love that. It was fun to visualize. So yeah,
I love seeing those old pictures of the mic hanging from the ceiling and everybody around the mic singing into it with their, they're like this, right?
Yeah. It's, okay. Now, who?
Yeah.
Who? It's those little things. Yeah. And it's like so important, right? It's so important. Like everybody's locked in. It's just but everybody's just locked in, like, don't miss it. Right?
Totally.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun to watch. So, that was good. I mean, again, I agree. Sequencing. I'm not saying it's a bad number two, but it could have gone somewhere else as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Left turn on a red light.
Don't like it.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I just think the idea of it, you took a left turn on a red light. It just seems such like a, like it's like a black and white noir movie. And he's just, I knew that night I took a left turn on a red light.
That's right.
And then his life just goes to shit, that's what I get from the song.
That is so funny. That just reminded me of that song that came out in the 80s by Robbie Robertson. Catch the Blue Train all the way to Kokomo.
Okay. I don't know.
Somewhere in the somewhere in the whatever. Yeah, but it's the same thing. So he talks, and it's like a film noir kind of thing.
The fields are empty, abandoned 59 Chevy, laying in the backseat listening to Little Willie John.
Like, stuff like that. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, again, not that he sounds like that in here, but it's just that whole, I don't know, this whatever analogy is. It's just kind of, that's just funny. It's funny. So
I like it. I thought the melodies are really good in the song.
It is. Actually, it's one of their better melodies.
I like this record a lot.
You do?
I listen to this regularly. Yeah. I do. It's funny because I don't, going through it, I don't think there's a really bad song on it. That's probably my least favorite song. But
what's your least favorite song?
That one.
Left Turn?
Yeah, Left Turn, Red Light.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Or Highway Song.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get there, obviously.
We'll get to
that. No, the rhythm. Yeah, he does this. He also does this something that's really funny with his voice when he says, "It seems my life's eyes." Like he does these little. I'm kind of like, I don't know if that was necessary. It's kind of like these little things too that kind of like ruin the moments in the songs that come from here. But yeah, he's got a decent falsetto, as well at sometimes. And I just feel like you're trying too hard to be deep. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big vocal for him. I think he does a decent job, but it's like a big, we'll get to the free song in a minute, but like you got to have a big voice to pull this stuff off. And I feel like he does.
Agreed. And the band behind them sound great. Like they really do. And I think specifically on this one, the guitar solo sounds really locked in. The tone of it is awesome. So I think there's a few things throughout the song that make it okay, but there are a lot of things about this song that kind of detract from the experience of listening to it. Yeah. But again, if I think about it back in 79, the type of guys that are listening to this, like, I think this is the kind of emotion that they're feeling, at that time as well. So yeah,
definitely.
It's also fitting. Just not for 34-year-old in 2024, I guess.
It was a different time.
It's a different time.
It was almost 50 years ago.
He took a left turn on a red light. That's the kind of time it was. Oh, frick.
That's so funny.
Pay my dues.
Another cover, right? This is Blues Image, I want to say.
Blues Image, yeah. I hadn't heard of them. I think I may have heard of Spirit, but I can't be sure.
Totally obscure
Blues
band.
Image. Yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's cool, though, that they could look for an obscure band like that and be like, that's a song we want to cover and put on this album, and for it to be a popular album of theirs. Again, too, like to your point about cool sort of gang vocals in the chorus, this is a ton of fun in that chorus with this one. So I thought this was a pretty good song.
Me too. There's a modulation in this right before the solo that's really cool. I love when bands do this, like the chord progression is happening and then it just goes into this crazy modulation, changes keys completely. I love that stuff when that happens.
Like something like this kind of a song, it seems difficult. Like it seems like something that is a bit technical timing wise that they really nail. Baby Blue is
great song.
Yeah. Right. This is the 38 special song. I felt it was like a 38 special too. Yeah. So
I love the opening riff for this song.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I feel like they really got this one right. And this felt like a really poppy song. This really felt like it would have been, when I heard all the songs on here up to this point, I was like, oh, this is probably their number one single, which it wasn't.
It's fun. It could have been a single, right? You're absolutely right about that. It could have been a single for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't see, again, the sequencing in this record is just all backwards for me. Like they could have released this as a single, in my opinion, too.
Yeah. Yeah, this could have been a top 3 for sure. Yeah, most mainstream is what I kind of put down. It did feel most mainstream out of I think the whole album, and so.
But
like I said,
not in a kind of tacky way. Like it's just a really catchy, cool song.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Good chorus.
Love it.
I don't know what it means, but it was cool. But it was interesting when I said like 38 Special feel, because that was Donnie Van Zant who had 38 Special.
That's right.
Ronnie's brother.
Exactly.
He played with, and now he's doing, and then
they're connected. All connected.
It's all connected, man. I know. You know, this is weird. Just one more meander. This has nothing to do with music. I read my horoscope today. You know what's funny? I saw the horoscope come up on my Apple app. I know. Don't shake your head at me. I get it.
Why did you do that?
Because I was just like, I'm going to read it today. Go ahead. And so I did. And here's what it had to say. Use your strong energy to make improvements at home, because you can do this today. Many of you will also entertain at home or have a group or gathering take place at your home for some reason. Real estate speculation and real estate opportunities look good. Okay. My mother came over today. Okay. Many of you will also entertain at home. Okay. My mother came over today to clean our carpets. God bless her. To clean our carpets. Improvements at home. Yes, right? Absolute gem. So 2 things right there. I entertained at home and did home improvements.
Right.
So I went and I bought a house, because real estate speculation, real estate opportunities look good. And this is the first time my wife's hearing that I went and bought a house. So
what is that? What is that? What do you even call that? What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay. Now just read Sagittarius.
Oh, no, I can't. I don't know where it is anymore. It was just a text message I sent to my mom. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see if I can bring it back. No, I can't. Sorry.
So, yeah, I think that you would find that it would apply equally, if not more so. All that stuff is just such hokum.
It's astrology, man. There's nothing. It's real, dude.
That's my opinion. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, careful. We're about to get a lot of hate mail here. Okay. A lot of hate mail from the astrologists in the audience. Okay. Right? Rennie? Richard?
There's a lot of them.
Directed at Brent. Yeah. I'm just kidding, guys. Okay. Wishing well. This was cool.
So again, you see, this is a free cover. You see these Southern bands that were influenced by British rock bands, right? Isn't that peculiar?
It is. Quite.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think he does some things here, like you mentioned with Ronnie Van Zant, who tried to like mimic Paul Rodgers a little bit here and there. Right. And I feel like Medlock tried to mimic, I guess, Paul Rodgers here, So it was, but maybe he was trying to mimic Ronnie, but he was mimicking. Anyways, yeah, there is that. That's been a cool connectedness as well.
In this case, it's a little more likely because, as I said, Blackfoot is a little bit more hard rock and in the free vein and not, completely Southern. For Skynyrd, for me, it's a little bit more odd because like when you hear that vocal thing that they both do, like a lot of people kind of don't really hear that, but when you listen to it, it's like, oh my God, totally. Makes a little bit more sense here, but still, these Southern bands were very much influenced by the British hard rock bands at the time.
Yeah, that's
cool.
You
wouldn't think so.
When I told my buddy Kevin that we were doing Freeze, Fire, and Water, obviously back when and just before we did Freeze, Fire, and Water, and he said he hadn't heard that album, but he did say, like Wishing Well. Do you know Wishing Well? And I didn't actually. I think maybe I might have recognized it when I heard it, but I wasn't familiar with it. So he told me to listen to that after I listened to Fire and Water. And so I went on a little bit of a free tangent as well. But that was the first time I heard Wishing Well. And then it came up on this album. I thought that was funny, like another, you know. So then I read my horoscope and I was like, wow, you will find water at the bottom of it. No, but so yeah, I just thought that was cool.
I thought you were going to work the word strikes into that somehow.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for anything to strike. That's all. Yeah, cool. Good tune though. Good tune. They do a good job of it. It's a great song. I mean, you can't really screw that song up. I guess you could, but it's just such a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Run and Hide.
This is my second favorite song on the record.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it so good? I mean, like, think about the chord progression in the verses is very interesting. It's different, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then it just, without any warning, slides right into the chorus. So it's like the chorus is almost part of the verse. It's very clever. So it's going along and then it's like run and hide, like right away. And it's so catchy and so fresh for me. I think that's really, really cool. It's great songwriting.
It's really just showing your, you know, what am I trying to say? What you notice in music. I that's great. Like, no, it's awesome. Like, cause I'm not a fan of this song. I think the song is very like, really? but you're like, you can see this and there's a way that does it. And I'm like, you just appreciate so much more than I do about these songs. It just didn't, I don't know. I didn't really like the chorus. You know, I was kind of like, oh. I agree. It's nice how they slide into it. But it actually just feels, I just don't like the chorus. I don't like the way it goes. I don't like what happens. This is a melody that doesn't sit with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey.
That was like pretty brutal too. What does he say here? So if you ever need someone to show you sympathy, just remember the important thing. You've got no place to run and hide. And you're just like, oh, Jesus. Okay.
Siogo.
Tough tune. Siogo. Oh. Well, now it has a whole different meaning. Train, prelude.
Kind of unnecessary for me. It's
completely
unnecessarily long. Now, you know the story behind this, I'm sure, right?
It's his grandfather?
Yeah. Shorty.
Yeah.
Shorty Medlock.
Shorty.
So Shorty Medlock wrote the song and recorded it, I think, with a band called Florida Plow something. I can't remember the name. We'll put it up here.
That was with his daughter? Florida Georgia Plow or something like that?
No, it was Florida Plow Hands or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
You see it there?
Florida Plow Hands.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was the B-side for a single that they had released.
Like the whole song, Train, or just this harmonica piece?
No. Just the actual song, Train. The
actual
song.
So
this prelude that they do is kind of like I guess maybe it's a celebration of his grandfather. I don't know. His grandfather played it on this record, and it's a nice nod and all that stuff. But if you don't know that, it's like, okay, let's go. Right? It's like he does that kind of suck and blow thing, like really, really quickly, like 10 times.
Wild, actually.
Start the song.
Yeah.
You know? Come on.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So, but
yeah, but
the song itself, Train next, best song on the record.
Yeah, easy, hands down. May have been a complete ripoff of Railroad Song by Lynyrd Skynyrd, but it was still, well, no, I guess not if his grandfather made it, but, you know, that's what I thought of. I was like, so, yeah. I was like, it felt very much like Skynyrd, especially, so I guess maybe Skynyrd took it from them, because that harmonica in Railroad Song, my son, my 3-year-old loves Railroad Song. He loves listening to the harmonica at the beginning. So now I play him this and he gets super jazzed. He's like, Daddy, play the woo woo song. So I go, all right, I gotta play the woo woo song. And, but I guess, to that point, maybe Lynyrd Skynyrd took this as a bit of inspiration for Railroad Song.
But it's just got such a nice groove too, you know?
It does. Yeah.
And this has been covered a couple times. Like Dolly Parton covered the song actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Was it as heavy as Blackfoot's version?
Yeah. It was thrashy.
Yeah. I would love that. Covered by Dolly Parton. You're right. And Warrant. On
that's where I first heard it, as a matter of fact. Back in, I want to say like 91.
It's so interesting, eh? Blackfoot, Warrant, Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Southern rock, country.
Yeah.
Hair band.
Bizarre. Well, I just thought it was interesting too, because like when I was playing it for the first time, I heard like, I'm on a train, I'm leaving, I'm a raggedy hobo, and I'm like, well, Railroad Song is about a hobo on a train,
right?
And they don't want him in the town, so that's why I was like, they just ripped off Skynyrd because he used to play with Skynyrd and he wants to be like Skynyrd, and now I believe I'm completely wrong. Well, originally recorded in 1971, so yeah. Good tune though. Yeah, great tune. This is awesome. Makes sense. Great jam.
I love it.
Yeah, everything about it. And then we conclude with Freebird with Highway 7.
Yes, right? This is so it's Freebird. It's the exact same template.
It's wild.
And right down to, if you listen closely, the notes when the solo starts, he does the same little kind of like motif, like you listen to that. The very beginning notes of the solo are exactly the same or very similar to the very beginning of Freebird.
See, that's where I didn't think that initially until that solo came in. I didn't think the song felt like Freebird until all of a sudden I'm listening to it and I'm like, are they playing the solo from Freebird in this thing?
Totally.
Yeah, and then I read about them and I found out that the guy used to play for Skynyrd and I'm like, what? This is wild. So
I know.
Yeah. It's okay.
I don't like it really. And
no.
I don't know. When I say I don't like it, I don't prefer it. So I don't hate it. It's just not, I don't really care that much for it.
Yeah. Yeah. The chorus again, like I feel like they have a nice little verse, but then the chorus, they completely did not get right. Just melody wise, or it could have been a pre-chorus and then you should have done something more melodic. I don't know. It doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel like a good ballad or whatever it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. And again, being lonely on the road, playing music. Yeah. Last night's show took its toll on me. Okay, man. You get it. Life's tough on the road.
I know.
Right?
Well, that's the old, like, that's the, that tried and true formula has traveled through so many genres, right? Like it's country and then like Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive, right? That whole thing about like, oh, I'm so broken on the road but I got to get out there and play my guitar.
I know, but Wanted Dead or Alive is a great song. Like that's
it is, but again, in black and white, right? Slow motion for some of it. Like they just milk it.
Yeah, they do.
It's a formula. It's a formula.
It's been I've been again so into Springsteen, man. Like this guy is an easy number 2 to Tom Petty right now. Like it is Tom Petty and it is Bruce Springsteen. And I have been going through Springsteen's music like crazy.
Really?
Crazy. Oh yeah, I've been going through
your favorite now?
Through it all. I love the Ghost of Tom Joad, man. Just that total acoustic experience of that song, of that album is incredible. But like then Tunnel of Love, that you look at the album cover of that and you're like, oh God, this is going to be like the most 80s sounding Bruce Springsteen. And you're like, doesn't even come close to sounding as 80s as Born in the USA. Like it's just such
what's really
Yeah.
You know what interests me about that? So when you're talking about the entire catalog, you just picked two extremely unlikely songs. You know, if you asked 100 Springsteen fans, you know, what's your go-to in the Springsteen catalog? They would not say Tunnel of Love, and they would not say The Ghost of Tom Joad.
Right. Yeah,
Not
I believe
first.
it. No, but my goodness, if you go through his albums, it's insane the amount of songs he has, because that whole album, The Rising, is absolutely incredible. And that's 2002, you know, and you can just keep going. Magic, you know, it's even like back early 90s, Human Touch, Lucky Town. Like, I'm just looking up now because they're just so good to listen to and go through. And the way what he sings about, way he hooks you into his music, it's like when you go and you listen to something else after that, you're like, well, I don't know what this is about, but I'm going to go back and listen to Bruce.
Have you ever watched the Kennedy Center honors? You know, the president will have like a Led Zeppelin or whoever. You saw the Stairway to Heaven, My Heart. Springsteen was honored, and Sting played a Springsteen song. And of all the Springsteen songs, he played The Rising.
Nice.
And it was like, blew the roof off the place. People got out of their seats. It was like unbelievable. Tremendous.
It's an incredible song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That whole album was written after 9/11, so just everything that's part of that album is just so dedicated to New York. It's wild.
So it doesn't. The problem is that it doesn't say Springsteen down there. It says the Blackfoot strike down there.
It's not the problem, Brent. I'm just saying maybe I need to stop listening to Springsteen, because we listen to Springsteen. No. I mean, we could, but I'll know it, so we could do it. But no, it's just funny, right? Because we were listening to some Springsteen, and then my wife wanted to put on country music, and so that I put on country music, and I'm like, wow, just the difference in what I just went from listening to this. Mm-hmm. Oof, it's tough. So no, it's not the problem. Look, Blackfoot Strikes was cool. I mean, it's a low 4. It's a very low 4. I could go like 3. I could go like 3.7 probably. I'm not a big fan of this album, but I again appreciate having listened to it. But I just, yeah.
No, so like I said in the last show, it's about the discovery.
Yeah,
and I thought that this would be an interesting one to put in,
100%,
just so that you could. So that you could evaluate it. I knew you weren't going to give it a 5. I knew that.
Yeah. No, but I mean, hey, this is cool. Again, it's good to hear just everything that's happening around, because there are probably some gems as well. You know, some really good stuff that nobody's ever heard of. And some of these songs were just not the whole thing. And unfortunately for Blackfoot, 3.7 out of 5 strikes.
So talking about, with sequencing these selections now, I kind of effed it up, but
no, you didn't. You didn't.
There is an album I think that we should listen to. And I think that if we were going to do this, properly, we need to include the Allman Brothers in this. So let's do Eat a Peach.
Eat a Peach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is a fantastic track on that record called Ain't Wasting Time No More. So if you can pull yourself away from Bruce Springsteen long enough to listen to Eat a Peach,
I will do that.
That would be wonderful.
You got it, man. I'm going to do that. And then I'll go back and listen to him again.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you very much for your contributions.
Yes, likewise. That was a heck of a show. You really endured a lot with me through that one. So, good to see you, man. All right. Yeah, that's what you do. Hey, that's what you signed up for. So, okay, that's man. Right. Getting closer. We're inching ever so closely to number 100. So,
that's right.
Yeah.